Hey everybody, just gonna little update on what I'm doing with my 318. Day after Thanksgiving, 23rd I believe it is, of November 2012. I just got the 318 out. I haven't used it probably in about a week and a half. I have my leaf sweeper over here I used. I believe there's previous videos I made public, and got done with all the leaves. Kind of miss cutting the grass. I wouldn't mind a hot summer day to go cut the grass on, but temperature outside today after Thanksgiving here in Pennsylvania, it's probably about 50, 52 degrees, pretty high. So I thought I'd get a nice day to pull the tractor out, and I'm going to get everything cleaned up, go over and clean it up a little bit, and I'm going to get it ready to put the snowplow on. So just give a little, in this clip, just give a little bit of a walk around, and it's a little bit dirty. I'll probably go and clean it up. A lot of that's crud on the dash, and you can see it all over the hood. But I know right around the corner I'm probably pretty late for getting it out and trying to get the snowplow work on and the snowblower, but I got to get it done. So here it is in the garage, and no real problem, runs good. What are my hours up to now? Let's see. It's 992. I think I had 970 hours on it. And this is something I bought back here for it. The new gas cap, probably $20-ish. That did well. I put new back tires on it. I have the AG tires somewhere around back in the garage there. Or the, I forget what they're called, the bar tires. These front ones have got to go. Right now I don't have any antifreeze in the tires. I'm probably going to put that back in. Get a little bit of weight, and I also have some weights back there I'm going to test fit or try to put on today. 50-pound weights for each side. But that's it. I'm going to go pull the plow out. I'm going to clip on that, clip on the blower, and I also got the new upgraded gear from another guy that's on the internet here. I can't think of his name offhand. It's on YouTube, but I'll put it down in the description. So I'll wrap up this clip. I'll go get the plow out and shoot some video of that. Okay. First up, here's my plow. I got a dual angle plow here. Got this with the 318 when I bought it back in May. And I bought it from York, Pennsylvania. And the plow's in pretty nice shape. When I got it back in May, I put the plow on just to test it out, and it seemed to work pretty good. No real problems. That bolts right up, hooks up to the hydraulic lines on the front of the unit. And this sucker, which I wasn't sure about, had a release to, there it is, had a lock to trip the plow, for the plow to tip forward or stay stationary. And then in a separate auction off of eBay, I got this puppy. And this goes on. This is an old one though. It's got the small chute on it. I'm not sure what the larger chute does, but you guys that know John Deere's, take a look at this. This is a very old tag, and it says E060008436M as in Mary. It looks like it's an old aluminum tag painted over and over. And both of these shoes are down here. These shoes, I guess, skids, they're both good. And it's all set up. I put this on when I got it, and it didn't work for crap. And I had to take this cover off. And I had to put the bearing on. The bearing right in here had worn out. And I was a little bit pissed off. The thing wouldn't even run. The chain would get all pinched up. So I talked to a couple guys on the tractor forum, took it apart, and I went on John Deere parts, and I looked up the parts and ordered them. They came into the local John Deere owner and John Deere parts store, and I went down and picked them up. And for having such a crisis, I ended up with about $22 for a bearing and a couple flanges. I believe whatever it was I got, bearing and a collar. That worked out pretty well, and I just put them in about 2 weeks ago. So I'm going to put these on. I got the belt here. Put these on and just make sure I can get them all set up. I'm not sure how this brace hooks into the tractor yet, but we'll figure that out. Looks pretty good. A couple little boogers I got to straighten out in there. And hopefully I can get through this winter and they'll plow and blow snow pretty well. And then I'd really like to start to do a little restoration. I think it'd be cool to take each one of these parts apart, but who knows how much time I'll have. Roll one is just to get them in good running order. Tractor runs really good though. No issues. This is a 1983. And down here's the old serial number on that sucker. I believe that works out to a 1983. And it has the points ignition on it, which a couple people said to upgrade, but I kind of like it. I think there's a little mystique to restoring it the way it was and running it the way it was. But I'll go ahead and put these on and get them set up. We'll get a picture of them rolling. Okay, I got the plow on. The last time I really had a hard time wrestling it on there. John Zoss, with his installation of his 49 snowblower, had an idea about putting a 2x4 or 4x4 underneath the snowblower, and I used that here. I found that stacking 3 bricks right under the frame in here, just like that, or so to speak, held the plow up, so I could just actually put the tractor in neutral and push it right on. And these pegs in the back engaged, and I set these pegs, pulled them out, and started the tractor up, and you could actually lift the plow to push this back into the holes. So you don't have to pick it up, because I was trying to pick it up last time. So thanks to John Zoss. Check out his channel. He's got some good John Deere info on there. He's an enthusiast, so I always keep up with what he's doing. I went in and checked his channel just before. But anyway, I got the plow on. No problems. All the hydraulics and hoses seem to be in pretty good shape, so I think I'll be okay for the winter. There's a little bit of crazing on them, and that's to be expected, I guess. I'll probably just, I don't see any leaks, so I'll wait and see what happens. Now, I'll start the tractor up and run the controls here a little. One thing, I do have the, I'll call it a hydraulic shut-off valve on the back, and if you can see it, it's under there. There it is, front of the rock shaft setup. Wasn't sure what that was for, but the plow turned slow right to left. And that hydraulic rock shaft back there is for lifting and lowering the cutting deck. So I turn that valve, and the plow certainly turns right to left a lot quicker. So I'm sure it's just sharing the hydraulics. Turning that valve off just makes the hydraulics run quicker for when something on the front. But I'll go ahead and start this up. Throttle it up a little bit. The way I have it worked out, my left stick is right to left. Stick up and down. A little bit of negative pressure. Never plowed snow with it before, so I'm kind of anxious. I got some chains and some weights. So that looks simple enough. So everything's good with that. And the chains are hanging up over there. I'll probably try to put them on. So the plows seems to be fully functional. Can't wait to use that thing. I'm really excited about it. All right, I'll go ahead and put the snowplow on. See you in a bit. Be right back. Alright, here I got the 49 on the John Deere, and this is all the original setup in here. Behind this gear was the bearing I had to replace, because that axle is shifting back and forth a quarter or half inch. But I've seen on the videos some of these don't look too powerful. I know there's an upgrade, and here's the other gear, just for comparison. So I'll get it down there and show the size difference. Now I forgot the tooth count. I don't even know the tooth count on here. 34 tooth count I think this is. And I still have this drive gear, which is welded on. I'm not going to even touch that. And there's the idler sprocket, take up tension. But I'll probably put that on pretty soon. I think I'm going to try to plow with this once, just to get an idea on the difference. But I'm going to go ahead and start this thing up. And got it going up and down pretty well. When these hydraulic lines are crossed, it doesn't want to pick up or drop pretty well, so I got to make sure they're on the right way. I had to take them off and hook them back up and opposite. And then it worked okay. Fire it up here. This inner stick's what controls it here. It does lean to the side a little bit. We're completely on idle too, so. And it doesn't really pick up that high. That's not too bad. That's higher than it picked up when I first put it on. Got probably a good 4 inches, 5 inches on the right side, 4 inches on the left side. Now, I haven't shifted this power takeoff on, so we're going to do it in idle and see what happens. I don't know if it's going to stall, the chain's going to pop off or what, but we'll give it a shot. This is since the new bearing repair. 1, 2, 3. Now that seems to be pretty good compared to what it used to be. There's wind coming out of there. Go ahead and throttle up a little. All right. Doesn't sound too bad. I'm sure when the cover's on it'll be a little bit quieter. But I can tell you the one thing that's most notable, standing out here in front of it, there's a lot of wind. I think most of the wind comes from the auger down here sticking out. Put your hand over the chute, there's a lot of wind. So I go and put the cover back on and fire it up again. I'll be back. Alright, I just put this sprocket cover back on. It's only held on by 2 bolts. I got to get a couple more bolts really before I plow. And put it back on to see if it made a difference in the sound. It did not. I want to get a couple of the chain links, master link, etc. And I want to try taking that tightening sprocket out of there. If you use a half link and a master link, I understand you could run it without the sprocket. It saves a lot of noise. But putting the cover on didn't really do too much. But I ran it with the unit down on the ground. I felt more wind coming out of the chute from the auger, but that's the most surprising. It's not the noise, it's how much wind this thing throws. And it looks like it works bloody fast right now. So that, I'm not sure how far it's going to throw snow, but that smaller sprocket, that's going to speed it up. I don't want to bog it down. Of course, it is 18 horsepower, so that should be good. And I'm hoping these lines are split a little bit. So I might have to take them off even before the season, and just maybe I could order new ones or have someone make me up. But I'm really hoping this works out well, because I think it'd be a great thing to have as I get older, just to make a driveway a little bit easier. I got a driveway probably about 80 feet by 22, and that's enough. But alright, that's it. I'm going to probably clean this up. I tested these out. Things are good. I'm going to leave the snowblower on it in case we get any snow. The guy I bought it from talked about the plow, and he couldn't say enough things about it. He said, I'm going to love it. He said, when you get that inch of sleet, get that inch of sleet, it really helps out. Brushes it right off the driveway, stuff that snowblowers won't be good in. But I'm going to go and put on the chains right here. I got them hanging up. I'm going to take them down, try those, and then I'll be back.